Being open is your natural state. You don't have to try to be open. You don't have to force it. You simply have to not close. When you remain open, everything flows in. Life touches you deeply. Experiences move through you like the breeze across a field. Soft, natural, effortless. But most of the time, we resist. When something uncomfortable enters, a bad feeling, a painful memory, a negative thought, we tighten, we close, we resist. And that resistance creates all sorts of problems. We do this every day, with big things and small things. We push away what we don't like. We cling to what we do like. Almost every form of psychology is built on this pattern. Resisting what hurts, grasping for what feels good. Think back to childhood. Maybe your mother did something that upset you. She took away your favorite toy before you were ready. You couldn't handle the flood of emotion at the time, so you resisted it. You pushed it away. But here's the truth. That feeling didn't vanish. It didn't disappear just because you avoided it. It stayed inside you, and it is still there, even decades later. That's why sometimes, when something in the present moment reminds you of that old pain, it returns. Maybe as a small rumble inside your chest, or sometimes it hits harder, leaving you shaken. Even if it's been 30 or 40 years since it first happened, the big idea is this. Most of our resistance comes from not wanting to experience something uncomfortable. But the more we resist, the more stuck we become. The harder we push away, the deeper it roots itself inside us. If you learn to let experiences move through, without closing, without pushing away, you live more openly, more peacefully. Life flows smoothly. You stop being caught in the ripples. Can things from the past still affect you 20 or 30 years later? Absolutely. Why? Because you didn't let them pass. You stored them. You kept them alive inside your mind. Imagine your mind as a still pond. Something happens, like a leaf falling into the water. It stirs waves across the surface. But instead of letting those waves fade naturally, you resist. You push them down. By doing so, you don't eliminate the energy. You bury it. And now it lives deep inside you. This is one of the most important lessons on the spiritual path. You did this, not your mother, not the breakup, not the betrayal. Yes, those events happened. But the reason they still have power over you today is because you kept the feelings alive. Maybe it was something your parent did, or maybe it was heartbreak in your 20s. Either way, those emotions remain stored, and they surface whenever something reminds you of them. They pop up in arguments, in relationships, in moments of fear. Not because the past is happening again, but because you never let it go. In reality, those emotional waves were always meant to come and go naturally. They were never meant to stay. An enlightened person understands this. They don't resist feelings. They don't avoid pain. When a wave comes, they let it pass through. Yes, they may feel it. Maybe there's pain in the heart, maybe a storm of thoughts in the mind. But it flows, it moves. It doesn't stick. That's why the enlightened remain calm, clear, open, because they don't close against life. They allow life to move through them.